Okay, awesome. All right, just hold on. Have a seat here real quick. I tell you what, you guys just come out here. Just come out here. What I said, I need 5 guys out, and the other guys, if you want to, just pick a spot that you play in, whether it's a point guard spot or 5-minute spot. Just stick behind it. Just rotate in and out on your own. Okay, so I don't have to direct you. I won't sub you guys in. Don't know you guys that well. So, so what we're gonna do now is, for coaches who like a little bit of creativity with the Princeton offense, it's something that I did as my players got better and better. Is we started merging 2 offensive systems together. Hey guys, on that side, go ahead and just for a second. Here we go. So the very first time I did this, I merged the dribble drive offense with the Princeton offense. And when I hear coaches say hybrid Princeton, it's kind of like, it's got a little bit of Princeton influence, but it's not really Princeton. When I think hybrid Princeton offense, I think John Beeline, West Virginia. I think John Beeline, Michigan. It's kind of like, he was never in the Princeton circle, but he ran cutting action that was kind of similar. He ran a lot of really good offense. It kind of had a European influence. It had Princeton influence. But John Beeline's John Beeline. He's his own thing. But the way that I look at a hybrid Princeton offense is, I brought in the dribble drive because we had guards that wanted to run. And they wanted to score in transition. And I was coming down running low the first 2 years, coming down running low post. I was slowing them down. And they got, the first 2 years, they needed that. But then as they got better, and better, I was like, okay, I need to open it up a little. I need to open up the playbook a little bit. I need to let them be themselves a little bit for us to be, I think, to get us to another level, I think I need to let them play a little bit. So I went to the dribble drive, and then after my head coaching stint was over and I became an assistant, I started tinkering with the triangle offense. And then once I started working with you guys, I started looking at the European ball screen offense and the pistol offense. And the reason I like these, especially if you want to speed the offense up, if you think of an offense that's up-tempo, you think dribble drive. You think pistol. You think European ball screen, where there's just like scoring action, and just some offenses that let the players play. I like the structure and the system of these 4, of the dribble drive, the triangle offense that the Bulls and Lakers run, the European ball screen offense, and then the pistol offense. Because I always one of the reasons a lot of coaches don't run Princeton is they're like, well, it's a slow down offense. It's going to take. We need to score We need to score more points. So what do we do when we're losing it? We want to slow it down. Great, but what if we're down 10 with 5 minutes to go in the 4th quarter, and the way that we run Princeton is too slow? How can we speed it up? Instead of trying to really make it complicated and, well, let's run our Princeton offense slow. But then when we're down, let's run it fast. You can do that, but I thought sometimes an easier way, let's just run another offensive system with it that's designed to run faster than what the Princeton is. So this is just a different way that you can speed your offense up or free your players up or give them more decision-making ability, more play-making ability on the court. So as we go through each series and each one will kind of break them all down, and we're going to go down. So we're going to do dribble drive first. So do you guys run a little bit of Princeton? Okay, so we're not going to do that first. We're going to run dribble drive first. So let's kind of back up here a little bit. And the dribble drive, the difference between dribble drive and Princeton is you're in that corner, and you're always opposite the ball in the short corner. And I'm going to do the dribble drive offense in 10 minutes. The dribble drive offense is the easiest offense in the world to coach and to teach. It's easier than flex. And I got coaches online laughing right now. But if you really want to get serious about this, they will actually come down here, stand like this with their heels almost out of bounds. This is how they stand, right? I mean, literally heels almost out of bounds. Not out of bounds, but almost out of bounds. And the spacing that the dribble drive offense gives you is absolutely amazing. You're actually going to slide over here to that volleyball line, and you've got this whole shoot between foul line and between that lane line and between this line right here, okay? So you can already see the defense flattening out. Whereas if you're up here on the wing, I'm up here. But because you're way down there, guess what? Defender's way down here like this. And your defender's way down here, and your defender's way down here, because we're just trying to manufacture space. And that's what I love about dribble drive the most. What I don't like about dribble drive the most is there's no off-ball action. It's so predictable. It's just dribble, weave, dribble. That's what it turns into. Okay, so a really good defense can shut down a dribble drive. Once the talent kind of matches up, you see more talented teams run this offense. So if this is the group that you have, this is what we're going to see. So the way the dribble drive offense works is your first goal, one-on-one point guard, is to score. If you can get a layup, you get a layup. That's the first scoring action. He's going to drive hard. If he can score, he can score. Now, once he gets to this area, this is what you call the drop box. Once we're in the drop box, a couple things happen. Well, first of all, if you can score, you score. If you can't score, the next one might be because X5 did this, and then you got that one down there. They'll call this the dunker spot. I still kind of call it the short corner, but that's where you're at. So come back up here to the drop box. So first way is to score. Point guard's got it. Second way is we got the 5-man. We're dumping it down to the 5. When we're in the drop box, the third quick way to score is if this defender is denying, you go back door. And they actually call this a drop, and that'll be a bounce pass. All right, but they actually call that, once they get the drop box, they go back door, they'll call that a drop. So that's the third quick way to score without even running the offense, just taking advantage of the space. Right? Now, once they do get into here and they don't score out of any of those three ways, the first thing, they're going to run what they call a loop. Yep. So you're driving low, and once you get the drop, you're standing literally on the baseline, and it's 0 to 60. Right? And we're going to sprint here. You can catch it and square up, right? Or you can catch it and go. Right? It just kind of depends. If your guy is like chasing you, just catch it and go. Or if your guy is like on you, you can catch it, you can hesitate, and then you can go, but you're going to replace him. So this is called a loop. Right? Now you are the pitch player. So once you're actually going to be like lane line or volleyball line and right where those two white lines intersect, that's where you're going to be. As soon as you catch it off of this, you're driving middle hard. All right? And now, if you're going to run, you can run dribble drive a couple different ways. You can run it as a continuity, like most teams do. And I'm going to show you that now, but then I'm also going to show you how you run it to an end, and then I'll show you how we blend Princeton in with dribble drive. So as he's coming across the middle, to run this as a continuity, depending on how you are being guarded, right? Now, as he comes across the middle, you're just going to go under the basket from one side to the other, because this is what's going to happen here. Let me do this one first. Is if your guy helps, and then he looks back and you're gone, you're here. This is why you get open right here. And you come to this spot, and you can dump it down there, and then you got a layup. Okay, this is the one that you get most of the time. Okay, so that's what's happening with the 5-man. What's happening with you as you are the pitch player. So two things are happening. Typically what happens, they'll put their best player, the best scorer in that spot, because the defense is going to be out here guarding them. And that empties up the middle of the lane for you to run this. Okay, now you're going to come across, when he's driving middle, you're going to come across for a pitch. Now, this is what happens. If I'm down here, you pitch it. Okay? You pitch it with him. And then basically you're going to be switching spots. You're going to bounce out to the pitch spot, and now you're going to drive this one, and you're going opposite the ball. And then we're just going to run another loop. Back to the drop box. You can score yourself. You can dump it here. You can drop it here. Or we can loop it again. All right, so once we get here, you don't have any of that. You sprint from the corner up. You kick it, and you loop it. Now we're doing the same thing again. So now you're the pitch player. Okay, now, if they're guarding the pitch like this, as you come across the middle, 5 minutes going opposite, hold up, and I'll stop right there. You are now sprinting, and when they do this pitch, they're going to literally go behind him. Okay, this is kind of like a European thing where they'll go here, and sometimes this defender will get caught up here, but they'll just turn and they'll just throw it like, it's like way over here. You can catch it and go, catch and shoot, catch and play, whatever. All right, so if the defender's playing high, all right, either way, you're going that way. It's just, if I'm up high with you, you might not get it. That's fine, but that opens up the middle for you. So now what happens, he's coming across the middle, you're going from one side to the other, and now we get to the drop box on the other side. Yeah, you can go back. If you're being denied, go back door. It's a scoring action. Okay? If your man's playing more of a pack, they're playing down here like this, more cat and mouse, better defense. Now you're going to sprint up the lane, and you're going to hit him, and it's a loop on this side. And it's the exact same thing. You stay opposite. Now what happens is you drift high a little bit, stay low. Yep, stay low. So now as he's coming across the middle again, yep, you're pitching, and once you put a defense on it, if his guy's down here, you pitch it. If his defender's up here, you keep it. Okay, so that's how easy that decision is. And again, as you come across the middle, You're going opposite, you're going to pitch, and now you got this over here, okay? And you can loop it again. All right? Okay, you guys got that? So that's the dribble drive in 7 minutes. That's it. All right? Clinic over. Okay? That's why I don't teach a dribble drive, because you can do it so quick. Now I'm teasing because there's a lot of fun stuff you can do with dribble drive, creating triple gaps and quadruple gaps and five-man gaps. But so let's go through this a couple times. Let's go ahead and run it down through. Let's loop it. Let's drive it to the middle. Let's hit the 5-man going under the rim one time. All right, here we go. Boom, little bit, good. Come across the pitch, good. Good. Here we go. Go again. And I said, guys, you guys sub yourselves in whenever you guys want. Up to you guys. Run it a few times, then sub in. Up to you. Good. Go again. And I like to, when we rep, I like to do it on both sides. So you can either give it to him to run, or coaches. So our coaches already know this. This is me blending Princeton with dribble drive, and I know the dribble drive guys have their own call for this, but I'm going to say, hey, check, right? That means you and I are going to switch. You're going to cut in front of me now, and they're going to open up the other side, and that's all this does is gets me this whole. If you feel like you're a little constricted on this side, just call check. Get in front of me. Now I'm going to come in. Yep, there you go. And now I've opened all this up, and basically this is what they call a triple gap. I don't know. I can't count the gaps. It's not my thing. But here you go. You get this big gap here. But the idea is I'm getting to the drop box again. All right. I got to dump. I got to lay up. I got to dump. I got to drop. If not, we're going to loop it here. Boom. And I like to loop it this way. You'll see them get lazy and start throwing these underhanded, one-handed jobs. I still think if I got my guy on my side, I like getting here and two-handed chest pass and moving out. I like the two-handed chest pass. I feel like, especially if you have more of a role player type team, an underdog type team, if you're letting them throw the one-handed passes, once they play those teams that are bigger, faster, stronger, those passes aren't crisp. They're getting deflected. I would rather be more fundamental, make better moves, use my body more, and make good two-hand chest passes. So, all right, you guys got that? So sometimes run it on this side, sometimes check it and run on the other. All right, here we go. You guys can't use the word circle because I got something else for that. So call it check. It's my clinic. Here we go. I'm messing with you. Good? Good. Good. All right, let's loop it 2 times. Let's loop it 2 times. Good? Get whatever you got. Good. Good. Okay, you guys got it? So that's the dribble drive offense. Okay, it's that simple. That's why I like it. Now, so that's one way. So when the defense is back, so I'm going to actually show you another way to do it. That's when the defense is back. We actually did it out of transition. So I actually did it a little bit different. So out of transition, if we were to back up, let me be you. Let me be you here. So guys, come up this way a little bit. And we're actually going to be running in transition. So that's how we would do it when the point guard brings it through. Because we ran fast in transition, and I liked advancing the ball with the pass instead of the dribble. So what I would do is if I would throw it here, I'm catching it, and I'm going real hard like this, and I'm taking it down, and you just kind of wait for a second. I'm trying to score on this. Yeah, you're still going opposite. You're still going low down there. You're still the pitch guy. If I couldn't get here, I back dribble, and now you cut in front of me. And I basically just manufacture a loop this way. And now I'm the one driving middle, and now it's all exactly the same. The rest of it's the same. I got my pitch. I can pitch it. Now we can loop it again. I got my dump. I got my drop. I don't have that. I can loop it on this side, and you're in. So that's how I actually did it in transition, because I want to hit the pass. I thought we could get up the floor faster that way. But the one caveat with that, depending on your personnel, and you can, even if your guys aren't that good handling the ball, you have to drill that, where we would change up our layup drills in the beginning of practice. And I've got some film on this too, I think, that I did in the workshop. But we would drive hard like that. We would do this every day. We would drive hard, and we would work on this back dribble. We work on it in this crunch. That's hard for role players. It's hard for your good players. Your good players don't even do this all the time. But then you put do it without a defender, and they struggle. Put a defender on, they're really going to struggle. So you have to work on that skill if you want to run it that way. All right, so that's the dribble drive offense. Easy enough? What do you guys run Princeton-wise? What do you guys? Oh, okay, cool. All right, so I like, and I would say, do you guys run low post? Okay, so I had a 6'5" big, so we always did low post first. Once you see me get to the end of this, you're going to see I always transition dribble drive into low post, but you don't have to run low post to run low post. I would sometimes run low post as a hub to get into whatever else I wanted to get into. So you guys have seen us run low post into the point series with throwing it into the low post and without throwing it in the low post. You've also seen us run low post, but we go one time in the chin, 2 times in the chin drift. You can go 1 time into point. So you can basically, once you get to the low post area, you can run whatever you want to run. So I don't want you to think that we're running dribble drive, you have to run low post. You don't. But that's the structure of what we're going to get into. So ball's up here. And come up this way a little bit just because they can't, we had to move the camera a little bit closer so they can see it. There we go. So we're going to run, we're just going to have you guys down here to baseline, run it this way. We're going to loop it now. I'm going to alter dribble drive so we're only running it out of transition 1 time. Okay, now, but you can say, hey, we want to loop it twice, and then we get into Princeton. You say, hey, we want to loop it 4 times, then get into Princeton. That's up to you. If you want to slow the game down, run more offense, hey, let's loop it 3 times. We're not being real aggressive trying to score. We just want to run some time off the clock. Maybe see if we can see how the defense is guarding us. See how, if they're guarding us, maybe we can run dribble drive a little bit more. Maybe we need to run it a little bit less. I would run it 1 time into my Princeton, but once we see this, you can see how we do it over and over and over again. So let's go ahead and run it 1 time. So let's go ahead and loop, get here to the drop box, and let's loop it. Now, this is why, and I got this right from the Kentucky guys. Calipari's assistant, also name was John, I can't remember, early 2000s, I saw him in a clinic. And when they come here and drive middle, everything's the same, except you're staying there. You're not coming this side now. That's the only difference, is you're going to stay here. This is why. You are still going to, and actually you're not even going to pitch the same way. You're going to kind of come to about that lane line, extended, and you're just kind of waiting right there. What the Kentucky guys were doing with this is Vance Wahlberg's the man when it comes to dribble drive. But when I watched these guys, they would actually, X5 is here guarding you, cat and mouse, all right? And because of the way that everyone is there, the structure of this just puts the defense in kind of some weird spots. So what I would do is once we got to the middle of the lane, if I came up like this, yeah, we're dumping it down, okay? But what happens is because you're in the corner, your defender is like right here, right? So now when we talk about angles, it's kind of like the driving kick. If you were to throw that now, I get my hand right in the passing lane, right? But you don't have to move. All you have to do is sprint to the wing, and now you've created that angle. So you can just throw a quick skip pass. So we'll call this a skip. Now, you would think, yeah, if you want to run dribble drive, you might go to the corner, but we're not running dribble drive anymore. Once we get here, here's your X5. If you do have a big that you post up, you're going to sprint in here and put your hip right on mine. You're going to try to pin me in here, all right? And if we can pin him inside the lane right under the basket, we just throw it here, drop step, just jump hook and score, okay? Or get him here, boom, 1 dribble, boom, drop step and score. So that's what I liked that, because my guy was 6'5", and he was he's a big clumsy guy, but he was give him the ball here. He might not make him, but no one could stop him from getting that shot. So we would go low post. So what happens is you're going to post up here. If you don't get it, you're going to bounce out. Okay, and I want you just like between these 2 blocks. There we go. What you're doing on the skip is once you make this skip, your momentum is going to take you forward. Okay? And now you're the pitch guy, but you are now he's going to be like the point guy going back door. All right? So what happens is you're coming forward, I'm guarding you, and then you're just going to go back door. And when you can pinch, you're just going right off his butt, and you're going back door, and you're feeling opposite. So I might go like this to help on that, and then you reverse pivot. So you're coming here, and then boom, you reverse pivot, and you're popping to the point, right to the top of the key. You guys run the point series, right? Okay, so you pop right to the point. And now, once we get here, you can run pretty much whatever you want to run. All right, so let's start all the way back over. Let's get all the way over here. And I tell you what, let's throw it into the low post. And the one thing that you guys might not do that we teach, as soon as the low post catches it down there, I want you to go back door. Okay, immediately. It's like split second before the ball touches his hands, you're going back door. I want you to hit him for a layup. All right, guys, got it? So we're dribble drive. All right, we're going to skip it. You're going to duck in, and then you're going to, it's almost like the footwork here is almost like a drift, guys. So it's like he's dribbling here, he hits it, boom, he goes behind me. It's almost like a drift to the point. That's exactly what the footwork's going to look like. You're going to bounce off your inside foot, boom, like this, and then you're here, and then you're ready, okay? All right, here we go. Good. There you go. Nice. Good. 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 Go again. Now, we're gonna do this a few times, and I want you to work on this timing. So it's kind of like changing the speed of your offense. So we want you guys going hard and slowing down. They're going hard and then slowing down with the ball and without the ball. So it's like when you have the ball, you go hard, 0-6, and then when you relax, defense is like, oh, and then you go hard again, and then they'll just keep reacting to you guys. So like when you make this move, I want you to actually, you're going, if you're driving middle, you're going as hard as you can. As hard as you can. Boom, hard. Soft, soft, soft. Stop. Oh, hard as you can again. Okay, so you're always changing your speed. All right, here we go. Loop it, the middle, skip, good. Woo, nice cut, good. And I tell you, from the last rep to that rep, it's already like twice as good. Just your footwork, the way that he got here. He almost to a stop, boom, and then it was 0 to 60 again. We always emphasize 0 to 60, okay? Because think, if you're playing a guy that's faster than you, and you just go as hard as you can, are you going to beat him? Nah. But if you go one speed, I can time one speed up. And if I'm faster than you, doesn't matter what speed you go, I can go the same speed and I can go faster. So I can time that up. But if you're going hard and I'm going hard, and then you slow down, then I slow down, you guys know when the race begins because you know the offense, the defense is just reacting. So if you slow down and I slow down, boom, then you go hard, I'm a step behind. That's how a slower player can start picking off a faster player or a quicker player. All right, here we go. Yep. Good. 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 Now sometimes check it, run on the other side. Okay? Now, I'm going to tell you, the other guys already know this, but now the next option is if you can't get him on that back cut, I just want you to slide in here. I want you to shoot a hook shot on this side, or get in here. I want you to pivot and shoot a hook shot on this side, one or the other, whichever you're comfortable with. Here we go. Good. Loop it. Drive middle. Good. Cut. Good. Good. Yep. Good. And you'll wait for him to get out, because if you see this with a defense, usually when you catch it here, there's a lot of defense in there. That back cut, and once he starts going out, will take the defense away, and then you start sliding in here. And then what we'll say is always try to get off a hook shot off the glass. All right? Okay, guys, got that? Okay, now let's get it back to the wing and let's stop right there. So you guys see how dribble drive flows right into low post. And again, it's kind of like one time, two time. There's just no friction, right? This is why I like dribble drive for my middle school kids, because there's no friction in the offense. You know, it's dribble pitch, and it's just, it doesn't matter what it's hard. You can't deny that guy popping to the wing. That skip is going to happen every time. Okay, so they're always getting open. Okay, so here it goes. Do this again. Get to the wing and hold it. Boom, now stop. Okay, yep, you got it here now. So now coaches have seen us do this for a day and a half already. So what do you guys like next? Okay, 5-man's not open. Okay, we snap it to the point. All right, you flash up to the elbow, you drop down to the corner, and now you're running the point series. All right, if point's not open, or maybe in a lot of girls teams that I coach, they're like, we don't want to run the point series because we don't have the guards that can do that. So I say, well, we'll still run point, but they're always going to run point opposite. So I drive the elbow, you go back door, you lift and return, you're going to post up. This is something we might do a little bit differently, Neil, is we post up. Now, I have no problem with him clearing out. But if you want to clear him out, always clear him out. And then you just design your offense to do what you want to do next. But I want to come off the chin drift is what I want to do. So I want to throw it here. You could post him up, eye contact with him. Hey, he might have 4-7 on him and throw it down there. eye contact with him. When he stops making eye contact with you, you're popping out to the corner. And if I don't have that, boom, I'm here off the drift. So it's point opposite, and now it's chin drift. So if you want to get to the point series out of dribble drive, that's how you do it. If you want to get to point opposite or into a chin drift, that's the quickest way to do it. The next way to do it would be, who is over here with the ball, is what we call one time, two times, so we can catch it here. I tell you what, let's just go back up the top. Let's run that into point. You guys run point screen away? To do point screen away, get a back cut and get a layup. I'll just see how you guys do it. Do it how you guys do it. Okay, here we go. Up top. Yep, dribble drive in the low post. I'm going to say, don't throw it down here now. Snap it to the point, and then go and run point screen away the way you guys do it. Good? Good. I like it. I like the use and the slip. So we didn't talk about the use. We talked about the back cut. I didn't really talk about the curl that much either yet. We're going to kind of save that for a little bit tomorrow once we put defenses on them. But these guys, like with their personnel, they're like, I don't want my 6'3" guy, you know, get the ball. I want him slipping the screen, so he slips the screen. So that's pretty good. All right, do it again. And this time, point guard's not open, so I want you to drive the elbow, get the next guy back door for a layup. All right, here we go. Figure it out. Good. 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 Back. Good. Drift. That's fine. Perfect. Good. The one thing I'm going to tell you, though, is fellas, one thing that's going to help you out. When coach says, you guys have all heard the term dribble at back cut, right? If you dribble at, when we say that, coaches say that, you dribble at your teammate, right? So come back up here, guard me, and you guard him. If you dribble at your teammate, you're probably going to be up this way a little bit. If you dribble at him and you go back door, look at the angle. Now stop right now. Stand where I'm at with the ball. Look at the angle that you've got to thread that needle through, right? Now, do it this way. Instead of dribbling at him, drive the elbow. We'll say some coaches say dribble at the defender. And I've used to do that, but now I'll say drive the elbow, or I'll say drive the rim. And now if I get here, now go back door. Now look, now stop. Do you see that angle? So do that. Plus, if you're a good driver to the basket and you get in the habit of doing this, you're taking away a scoring opportunity because there's a gap there you might get. You got to do it every single time. All right, here we go. Do that one more time. Hey, can we do it on the other side? Can you check it? Can you check it? Yeah. It's your circle, my check. Here we go. Good. Post. Good. Nice. Boom. Good. Nice. Good. And when we do this 5-on-0, our guys on their self, they would get that back cut. They start kicking out to the corner like that 5-on-0. Okay, here we go. One more time. Good. Drive the elbow. Drive that elbow. Try to get deep into the same thing I told him. Try to get into that elbow. Nice shot. Okay, do it again. Now we're going to go one time. Okay, so now, fellas, when you catch it on the wing, let's go back to the original side. So now you're going to catch it on the wing here. He's not open, and now he's not open. So there's something else you have to do. So if you can't throw it in the low post, we can't run low post. You can't throw it to the point, we can't run point. All right, so what we do, again, it's just like frictionless. Joe Scott said in a clinic that the number one reason that they do what they do is to take the tension out of the game. We don't want to fight their strength. If they're going to deny us, let them deny us. Okay, we always have something planned for what they're doing. So we don't want to fight what they're doing. If they're going to deny us, fine, we'll use that strength against them. So now you're going to catch it here, and you're going to dribble one time, means one guy back door. So whoever's at the point, I think it might be you, you're going to go back cut straight to the rim and hit him for a layup. Okay? All right, and if you, just thinking ahead, if you're not open, there's going to be a guy in that corner, a guy on that wing, you're going to have to fill underneath the 5 if you don't get the layup, okay? All right, so let's go dribble drive into one time. Boom, good, good. Not bad, go again. Good, dribble drive in the low post one time. So it's actually, technically, it's low post. And again, you might have personnel, you have no intentions of ever throwing it down there, but we still want to get it to the wing. We'll still call it low post. with no intention of throwing it down there just to get the one time. So, yeah. Yeah. Sure. Yeah.
Second thing is you're showing us driving kick into Princeton. What I would like to maybe see is if we can run Princeton into driving.
Yeah.
I'm sure you're probably going there.
It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. You just wait. You just wait. It's coming. Yep. That's what I talked about. Yeah. If you get a kick up early, I'm gonna have. That's what we did that for a second. If we get a kick up early, this is what I did. Drive it here. Boom. I don't get it. I back dribble. You cut in front of me. Whoo, whoo, and now we're here. Skip. Now go. Whoo. One time. Whoo. And then you're going. Yeah. So that's how you would do it with a kick up. Yeah, we attack the baseline hard. If you get the layup, we get the layup. If we don't, we just back dribble.
So do you always go back out, or if you are able to reverse the ball,
what the hard thing? So you could do that. So if we kicked it up, and if you want to reverse it, you have to make some movement because obviously there's this line of players in the way. So you're going to have to change your low post, your dribble drives. You're going to have to get out of the way like this. Come here. You're going to have to kick it that way. And then what's going to happen? You're probably going to go to that opposite corner. I'm you, right? And I'm going to come here, and you're going to drive middle that way. And now we're doing, so that's, yeah, so then, yeah, that's how that would work. I've never done it that way before, but that's how that would flow smoothly. Sure, yeah. And like I said, that's awesome. I'm putting that in my playbook now. Yeah. Yeah, so take your experience and what works for you, and all you have to do is like, how can I make this fit with that? As long as you can make it fit and work smooth and not just kind of remove that tension, then yeah, awesome. I like that a lot. Okay, so now we're going to go 2 times. Actually, I tell you what, you guys run chin. Okay, so now without me repping it, you guys are actually doing a great job. Go 1 time, back door's not open. We're staying 1 time. Once you get here, you're going to back dribble, and everyone lifts up, and it's chin, chin, chin. 2-pass reversal, and let me see how you guys do chin. All right, here we go. Good. Nice. Good. Go again. Right now, and obviously if you guys don't get the shuffle, you guys come off the drift and play off that, right? So now, because we all know that one, I want to show 2-time real quick. So now, 2-time means I got 1 guy back door. Right? He's not open. Instead of back dribbling in the chin, we're going to go 2-time. We're going to bypass the shuffle cut completely. And I'm going to get the next guy back door on the wing, right? And you're going to back door into the post. I'm going to hit the corner lifting, and then boom, I'm off the drift. I want to get off the drift. And I want to, let's go ahead and just shoot it the first time, okay? So 2 times, yep. So dribble drive in the low post and the 2-time. Here we go. Nice, good, good. Looks good, I like it. Okay, here we go. Now, okay, so here's your question. I ran dribble drive first because my guards wanted to run. And I'm a Princeton coach first. So we ran all the half-court, slow-down offense, all the cutting, passing, all of that. But my guys went, so I was like, well, I'll compromise. I'll let you guys run and dribble drive, and then you guys do my thing after that. And then some coaches who are dribble drive coaches first, they want the continuity in the driving. But the problem with dribble drive is you don't have that. Eventually it gets predictable. So what coaches would, and I talked to another coach actually in this area, him and I have done some stuff together, and he's like, well, I ran Princeton as a set play, and then I got into my dribble drive. And he's like, I usually ran off a point screen away or chin. And that's exactly, there's many more ways to do it, but those are the easiest ways. So now we're going to run dribble drive and the 2-time off the drift. Once we get to the drift, I want you guys to stop. And you guys can figure out, once we're off that chin drift, it doesn't matter how you get into it. I tell you what, you guys do forwards out, exchange, invert. Okay, so I tell you what, let's come back up here to the wings here. 5-man come ball side again. So like now traditional Princeton. Okay, your regular offense. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and just forwards out. Okay, so it's forwards out. So basically why I call forwards out is you two guys are forwards, we're guards. I'm bringing the forwards out. That's why we call it that way. Some coaches would call it exchange. We used to call it invert. But we're going to forwards out. You're going to come up here. I do this with a pass and not a handoff because we don't want to get trapped. I'm not talking to you, Siri. You're going to take one bounce, get to that lane line. All right, now we're going to run chin off the shuffle. And then we're off the drift. Okay, now off the drift. We're tailor-made for this already. And if I could make one adjustment, set that screen as close to that elbow as possible. Because what happens, if you set it up here, he gets open out here. If you set it down there, he gets open right here. All right, now if I'm here, you got more room on the right to play. If you catch it here, you got less room on the right to play, okay? Once we're off the drift, this is where we create, because this, as soon as he catches it, boom, I'm here, but I'm going to start on that first bounce, I'm going this way. Okay, so this is how we teach that drive and kick. 5-man's already on the opposite side. It's perfect. You're in the corner out on that side, okay? But we want to run Princeton as a set play, then get in the dribble drive. That's exactly how you do it. So you drive it, and you roll opposite down to that short corner. Now you're going to loop it with me. So I'm coming up here high. You're the pitch guy. I'm driving it hard. Now, how do you want to run dribble drive is up to you. Do you want to run it as a continuity like we first did it? Or do you want to run it with an end with the skip and the dig back into Princeton like I did it? You can do it both ways, whatever you want. I like the Princeton way. So I got my loop, and I got my drive, and I got my scoring stuff. Oh, I want to skip it, so I'm going to skip it. Boom, come behind me. Boom, let's get here and do it again. I'm going to go point, point, point. Opposite, opposite. Go back door, back door. Boom, post up, off of a drift. Drift, drift, drift. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Loop it, loop it, loop it. Dribble drive, dribble drive, dribble drive. And you're back into it again. You know, so, or if you want to run as continuity, you could do that. Yep. And that's exactly what we would do. And it's just seamless. It's just seamless. Yeah. Let me show you. So, and you can do that off 2 times. So let's run ball back over here. Let's go back Princeton. So let's go low post, pop up high. There you go. I would say above foul line. Foul line's cool, but I would go above. It just creates a little bit better angles. Being open is more important than getting open. So just come up here where you be open. So hit here, cut opposite. Now we're just going to run regular low post. So hit here, cut the opposite wing, or cut the opposite corner. That's how we run low post, fill the top of the key so that we're points. So we're always point, wing, corner. All right, now from here, again, this is how we got here out of dribble drive first, right, fellas? So how can you get to a drift? You can run chin. You can run snap it to the point. You can run point opposite the way we just did. You can snap it to the point, run point screen away, get to the drift. You can snap it to the point, run point screen over the top, the modified way where we balance the floor up, get off that drift. All of those ways get you back into that drive and kick, that looping action. So wherever we did that, that's the easiest places to get back into your dribble drive. The ones that we just did were the 1-time, 2-time. 1 time in the chin, you can go 1 time into point, you can go 2 times. If you want to get right back to it quick, go back door, 1 time. Boom, back door 2 times. This is a guard back door from a wing, so you're going to post up. 5-man set in the drift. Anytime you're here, if you just want to make it automatic, off the drift, hey, we're right into dribble drive. Yep. So that's absolutely how I would do that. Okay? And it's really that simple. That's it. Dribble drive, Princeton, dribble drive. It's that simple. I'll show you one more way that I like to do it. I'm not going to teach you the Flash series now. This is the 5th core series of Princeton. This is what they call center forward. This is the play that they used to beat UCLA in '96. I like doing it out of forwards out. You can have it. Let's forwards out with our guards, because it's the Flash series for me is the perfect counter to a pressure man-to-man denial team when you're running the chin series. Because what happens, go ahead and forwards out and run chin like you're going to run chin. When they fly out and deny this one, okay? When they fly out and deny this one, what I like to do, I haven't really talked about all the actions about what happens when they start denying that. If they're denying that one, I like to flash this guy. That's why I call it flash. They call it center forward, but they would call that's their center. I just call it flash because it's the opposite forward flashing. I used to call it the up series. I've taken with calling it the pinch series, but that's kind of like a triangle offense thing. So he's going to flash here, and you're going to hit this guy, and then we're denied. Yep, hit him. Boom, go backdoor hard. Now, you go backdoor hard, and you pop out to that corner. Okay, now I'm not going to teach you the flash series, but I'm only doing this for one reason. Once you make that, you made the pass to here, I want you to go make that pass and just go ahead and cut and just get opposite. And I want you to dive down here, and then once you catch it here like this, guard me, you're down in the corner, you're going to catch it like this, here, boom. Dribble it here, and then boom. Loop it, and you're back in the dribble drive. So that's another, I haven't taught the flash series yet, but that's another way that we would actually get into dribble drive by running the flash series. That's the one way that I ran Princeton first in the dribble drive back in 2010. That's what we did, okay? All right, very cool. Let me just ask you guys, I'm about 20 minutes behind. Do you guys want to see any triangle offense stuff, or you guys want me to skip right to Euro, ball screen, and pistol? Do my thing. You guys, audio is good? Still, okay, good. Yeah. Got 1 hour. I'm gonna skip triangle because I've done triangle in the past. And I don't know if you guys have access. It is in the workshop. So did you guys watch the workshop? If you guys don't have access to the workshop, email me, and I'll email the whole group, make sure you guys can go watch that. But it's like week 7 where I break down all of this on the whiteboard. So if you guys want to see the triangle, I've done the triangle in the last clinic, so we'll skip that one so we have more time for these next two. Okay. The European ball screen offense. This one's kind of neat. Not my favorite, but the way they have it, so who'd be the 4 and the 5? You guys would be our 4 and our 5 in this. You'd be the 5, you'd be the 4. So you guys come up here. Go ahead and step back so we can see. And then you go to that corner, you go to that wing. Now, I'm going to tinker with a couple of different guys, how we do this, but come back here. You guys are both trailing on this side of me. And the way that they traditionally get into this is just by dribbling to the wing. They're just going to dribble it up to the wing, right, just like this. And they got the 5, and the 5 is going to be on that slot, and you're going to be in this slot. So it's kind of like we're getting back into this motion where our bigs are out here kind of trailing. So if you're the kind of team where you like your 4 or your 5 taking it out of bounds, and you're a ball screen offense team, this might be something that's for you. I'm going to, as we do this, I'm kind of try to get a little creative on different ways that we can kind of disguise this and make it a little bit more simple and organized out of our Princeton. But the way the European ball screen works in 5 minutes is once I get here, you're coming here and setting the ball screen for me. You're going to come down here, and you're setting the ball screen. Once I come off the ball screen, a lot of college and NBA teams run this because there's more space, especially this and the pistol. They'll run kind of acts like this, but when I get here, okay, we're going to ball screen and roll. We're going to try to ISO this right away, all right? If I don't have this, we're going to throw it to the reversal big. The bigs are usually open up here because the post defender, big defenders like to stay down here, so you kind of stay up there like that. So we get our ball screen and roll on this side, and we throw it over here, and then you and I are going to pop back out. You are going to take one dribble, like you're going to drive, and you're going back door. Now you're going to back door and clear out. So forget all the Princeton stuff. You're going to clear out. You're going to hit this one. Okay, actually, I'm going to cycle through, and you're going to be, the 4 and the 5 are always going to be in these top 2 slot spots. As I'm going to cycle out, you're going to go ball screen and roll it. Same way we did to start. Okay, I'm filling this way. So now you come off that ball screen. You're trying to score here. If you can't score, you reverse it to your other big, your 4-man. All right, you take one bounce, you go back door, hit here, you ball screen with me. Okay, and this cycles through. I can always reject this and drive the baseline, drive against it. Boom, come off the ball screen. There you go. Yep, because we always want a 4 or 5 up there. Boom. Yep, dribble one back door. All right, something like this. All right, and then dribble, and then I go back door, and it just cycles through. That's the European ball screen in 2 minutes. All right, very simple. That's why I like it. Okay, it's very easy. So if you have players that are good off of ball screen and roll, that's something that you can do. Okay, that's how, if you look online, look it up on YouTube. I think it's Layson Perkins. He used to be with Coach Tube and other stuff, but Layson, during COVID, if you guys watch all those clinics online, he was one of the guys behind all of that. But he's got the video that kind of breaks that down. Now, if I want to disguise this a little bit, go back down here like we're running low post, is you can throw it to this wing. Or you're going to be the forward, aren't you? Let's put you on the opposite side. And actually, if you have all of these guys interchangeable, it doesn't have to be these two guys. It could be anyone and interchangeable. But I don't like how they enter it the normal way because it's just so kind of quirky. But if you like that, then you guys can do it that way. Another way you can do this is by doing this. Hit here, have your forward on opposite from your post. Cut opposite like you're running low post, okay? And then, yeah, kind of creep, but right there where you were in that slot area. Maybe even a step up. And our 5-man from here, out of low post, this is kind of offenses together. And then I'm going to show you how we kind of make it come full circle. You're going to sprint up here and ball screen and roll. You come off this ball screen, roll. If you don't have a scoring action, you hit your other guy. This doesn't have to be him. You could I designated it to be him, so I put him opposite like that. Maybe you've got a big forward, or maybe you have two bigs that you want to play at the same time, and they're good enough to do this. Maybe you put them on purpose like this, okay? Or maybe this is just a guard, but sometimes you run guard-to-guard ball screens, they might just switch them. So if you can find a mismatch, you pick a player to put on that opposite forward spot. You dribble him back door. All right, and boom, you're going to pop out of the way. You're going to fill up, and you're going to fill up this slot. So you guys ball screen out, you're going that way. Yep. Yeah, when you back it now, in this one, you're going all the way out. So now you're here. Back door, clear out, ball screen and roll, and you're back into it. Okay, guys got it? Okay, let's come all the way back here. Let's run a little bit like we kind of know it. Which way do you guys like better? You guys like running it out of low post getting into it, or you guys just like trailing and getting into it? Yeah, because how would you enter your offense? Usually with a pass or usually a dribble entry? More of a hand. You guys do the dribble handoff stuff? And here's another way you can do it. I was going to talk about this, the different ways we can enter the offense with pressure releases. Hey, clear out, push, push, push. We'll push him down, push him out. And you can do it this way. Boom, ball screen and roll. I don't have it. Boom, kick it here. I'm just going to, my momentum is going to keep going. There you go. Boom, yep. Okay, all right, here you go. So you guys do it. So I don't care how you do it. If you want to hit him and cut opposite, if you want to push him out and you be the ball handler, sometimes you might be the better ball handler. Sometimes he might be the better ball handler. Because when we actually rebound, if I've got 4 guys that can take 3 dribbles up the floor, I got 4 guys that are point guards, if you have that personnel. They don't all have to be point guards, but we want even our forwards that they get a rebound. I don't want to spend 2 seconds trying to find – sometimes I just want to catch it and just go. And sometimes your point guard ends up in that spot. So however you want to do it, let's run it through a couple times quick, and let's get a bucket. Good. Good. Score when you want. Nice. Good. Good. Do it again. Push them through this time. All right, here we go. Okay. So, all right, so you guys got that rhythm down pretty good now. So now the one thing that when I first saw this, I'm like, oh, I like that back cut part of it. I don't like the ball screen and roll as much of it. I like the back cut part for me. For the team I imagine coaching that doesn't have players that are great off ball screens, I like the back cut. So that's why I kind of clung onto this one. So let's say let me go and push you through. And you come up here and ball screen. And we'll have to have a call for this. Okay? But here, you come be me now. All right, we'll push them through. So you're coming off the ball screen. Let me be you now. And let's say you can run this through multiple times if you want. You can run through once and get into Princeton. But usually, maybe you want to clear that guy out one time and cycle through. Or maybe you want your 5-man to be in a certain spot and your forward spot. But now let's come up here off this one and on this reversal. We got this one here. And now this will be the call. Say, we're Euro, Euro, Euro. But when I get here, I'm going to say chin, 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 or drift, drift, drift. And if you hear me say drift, okay, I'm going to dribble you back door. And now that means you're not going to go all the way out. You're going to come back and post up. Okay, actually, I like you posting up. I haven't seen you in the post yet, but I would like with your size. And now I'm going to hit this guy, and our 5-man is going to keep coming at me. I got here. You got him in the post. You got me off the drift. And then everything's what you already know. You guys like that? I give it a try. So, and it's like, why would you put this in? Well, it's kind of like, it's kind of, you guys go ahead and run it. It's kind of like a little mesmerizing. We would have guys that would do that dribble weave, dribble weave, dribble weave. Then they got that back cut on the back side. It's kind of like this. Boom, good, good, nice. Good. Now let's do this. Let's get 3 back cuts all the way through. All right, and then now this is the tricky part. See if you guys can do this. Let's time it up to where as he is the one setting the drift, because he's your more traditional big than him, right? Is that you went to that spot and you went to that spot. All right, so let's run it through a few times. So he is the one setting the drift, and you might have to orchestrate this because you know when you're leaving the spot, you're leaving. Hey, I got the drift. He's like now. Okay, versus maybe you might be in a weird spot because we don't want him setting the drift and you being a guard. Okay, all right. 4th quarter, down 8. You're running slow Princeton. That's your strategy. You want to speed it up. This is just like a hack to do that. Let's just put in dribble drive in the 4th quarter so that we can, hey, you know, we can't stop them defensively because they're better than us, but we need to maybe speed it up a bit. Yep, go again, go again. Good, yep, there you go. Good, good, good. You guys want to know why I call it a drift and not a flare? Because a drift is like, I'm kind of staying close to the screen. A flare is technically, like coaches talk, it's like if you guys are setting a flare, like if the screen's coming, usually a flare is like, I'm running this way, I'm running away from it, going over top. So that's why we call it a drift and not a flare. But so also, if you hear flare, a lot of players or a lot of coaches, I'll see their guys do this. They'll come here off the drift and they'll go this way. And now you got to throw it over top of everyone. That one's going to get deflected or stolen. So I'll say drift. Not that I'm trying to change the terminology or anything, but that's just why we do it, okay? All right, okay, do it one more time. Good. Good, good. I actually like that 5-man because once they really figure this out, because right now he's going like 75%. Just imagine him just flying out of nowhere, setting that drift and leaving his defender back. You're getting this drift with no hedge. You know, it's kind of like a drag screen with no hedge. It's really nice.
So once the top guy drives to the corner, then we can get into drive and kick it, right? He drives
Off the drift? Yeah.
Yeah, right.
So I did this on the whiteboard. So a couple weeks ago, I did week 7 in that workshop. I did this on the whiteboard. I said, so we can do triangle, and then we can get into the low post out of this, and then boom, then we can get into our 2 times off the drift. Now we can get into dribble. You can go triangle and the dribble drive and the pistol offense, and you can just back and forth. I mean, again, but do you want to make it that complicated? But you can. Absolutely right, you can. So it's a good catch. Okay, so let's do this one time. Let's run Euro. All right, let's get into the chin. Let's get into chin off the drift. We're only drifting one time, then we're dribble drive. Let's loop it. Let's drive it middle. Let's skip it. Let's snap it to the point. Go point, screen away. Get them back door for a layup. Just start. You'll figure it out. Go. 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 Do it again. So if you guys see it, if you guys seen the pattern yet, every time he is the one setting the ball screen. When he sets the ball screen, the next time is when you want to call it. So if you don't call it the first time, you have to cycle it through. You ball screen, and you have to wait for him to ball screen. After his ball screen, and when you catch it on your reversal, that's when you're calling drift. Okay? Okay? All right, so we're going Euro, get into chin, Get off the drift. Let's dribble drive one time. Let's skip it. Let's snap it to the point, drop it to 5, go point screen away, get back up for a layup. Here we go. Dribble drive. Go. Good. Point. Screen, screen. Good. Good. Kind of cool, right? So just critique one little thing. When you're going off that back, when you're coming off that point, be more deliberate about what you're doing here. Don't go like, and then cut. You got to sell that guy that you might use that screen. So get in here and then cut. Yep. Okay. All right, here we go. Good. All right, pretty good. What time is it? 1:15. Okay, you guys got that? You guys need to say any more on that one? Okay, all right. So let's do the pistol offense. So when we talk about strategy, and so when I'm watching Princeton in the tournament, and it's like, okay, they've played this style in the Ivy League. They have a completely type different players than they did 20 years ago. They've got that kid that plays in the middle. They just throw the ball at him, and they get out of the way, and he just goes and scores. But they were able to beat Arizona, number 2 seed. Then they were able to beat whoever was next team, the 7th seed. And then they come and played Creighton. And Creighton, I was like, eventually, Princeton can't. They were playing an up-tempo version of the Princeton offense. Worked great in the Ivy League. You know, they surprised Arizona. They were disciplined enough. Then they beat the next one. But eventually, you're going to run into that team like. They started playing against Creighton. Creighton got hot. Volume loves talent. Princeton was getting quick shots. Creighton was getting quick shots. And Creighton's better at quick shots than Princeton was. So if you have to, when we talk about that, Dave and Scott's guys are like, you know, how's this going to help us beat this team? It's like, this is where we start talking strategy. If you need to slow your offense down to a crawl to compete, so if you need to slow it down, so that you're really contrasting the style of the team you're playing against. And we want to be very deliberate, very slow, very patient, so that we keep them out of offense as much as possible. You guys play with the shot clock, so we want to score. We want to try to attack at 28 seconds and after, something like that. But then it's like, okay, here's this team that's 20 points better than us. 4 minutes ago, we're down 11. We're down 10. I don't think we can't outscore them in the next 4 minutes the way that we're playing our offense. So, hey, we got to change it up. So it's kind of like, it kind of comes from football. They have they've got their 2-minute drill. They've got their hurry-up offense. They got their no-huddle offense. That's what I feel like this is. That's what I feel like the hybrid Princeton is. I'm taking easy dribble drive, easy Euro ball screen, easy pistol, and then blending it with whatever you're running already Princeton-wise. And you try to get those quick scoring actions out of that. You get that pick and roll. You get that dribble drive, you get that drive to kick the loop, you get that dump down to the 5, you get something out of one of those offenses. And if you don't, you get right into scoring action in your Princeton. And you try to get the scoring actions quicker. You know, you do what you have to do in the last 4 minutes of the game. So this pistol offense was the second one that I really liked. I might even like this a little bit more than dribble drive because I think it gives you more manufactured scoring actions compared to dribble drive. Okay, dribble drive, it's really like space it out and let your players go make plays. It's kind of what dribble drive is. And I feel like you can be deliberate in dribble drive and slow down a game because of the space and the gaps. But again, I always feel like it's predictable. So I don't like running as continuity too often. That's just me. That's my personality. It obviously works for some people. For me, it's just not my thing. But the pistol offense is one you see in the NBA a lot. I think that the Clippers coach, Dave Severns, has a video online. Scott Peterman, if you guys know him from Oklahoma, he got with Dave and they recorded this really good thing about the pistol offense. So the pistol offense is this. The 5-man is actually going to be up here in this spot. You're going to be in the corner. You're going to be on the wing. Yeah. So what they do in pistol is they're coming down fast in transition, but you're going to be coming down. You're going to go blow by your spot, and you're going to come down here like you're trying to score, so go ahead and guard me for a second because it's kind of awkward. is you're going to come down because, again, I've been telling these guys for 2 days, we don't V-cut in our offense. We don't V-cut in Princeton. But I'm going to take him down. This is the one time, okay, this is different. This is pistol. We're going to come back and we're going to button hook. You're going to hit me here, all right? And the first thing is you're just as hard as you can over the top. Whoop, get it and go score. Okay? So the difference between that and dribble drive is, first of all, dribble drive is I got X5 down here, and I got that defender down here, and I'm just pretty much relying on my point guards better than their guy to go score, right? But if I don't have that kind of player, here's something where I'm like, oh, I got the defense chasing me like this. Oh, I stopped. Now I got the defense chasing me like this. And we're going downhill from the start. And I got my X5 up here. I got my shooters. And then we hit him here, and it's just hand it right back to him, and you go score. Okay? I like that. And what you could actually, if you really wanted to, you could interchange these two. This one, hey, come on, come on, come on. And just kind of like dummy screen and pop back out. So if he drives baseline, and maybe one of these guys helps, you can kick it out to the corner. And then that guy helps, boom, you got the extra pass. Okay? And something, so then you can just play. But it's a way just to score quick. Right? It's hurry up. It's not Princeton yet. It's pistol. But it's simple. It's so, and here's the other thing. I spent 2 guys with Pacifica, or 2 days with Pacifica already, and no time with these guys. These guys have obviously been running this for a little bit. Terminology is completely different. Some things are the same, but these guys are picking. You see how fast they're picking this up? I really, truly believe the way that we coach the Princeton offense, they'll once they start to figure this out, they'll pick stuff up so fast, new stuff that they've never done before. Hey, do this. It's called a button hook. Oh, yeah. And it's just something in their mind clicks. We talk about players who are high IQ. You can't run Princeton because we don't have high IQ players. I mean, do you guys consider yourself real high IQ players? Like you guys could go play D2 right now and like run their complicated, you know what I mean? It's like back when I started coaching the offense, there was 2 teams in Central Ohio running it, and I was one of them. And the third guy who was running it, the other guy wasn't running it all the way. The third guy came from a big D1 school to my little D3 school, and they watched us do it, and then they're like winning a state championship like 4 years later. I'm like, oh yeah, they took that from us. They took that from us. But the high IQ thing came like because it was Ivy League. It's Princeton. They have the smart. It's the smart guys that can run this. It's if you have players who pick things up a little slower, they just need more reps. That's all it is. It's just muscle memory. It's like teaching a kid how to shoot. Teach a kid how to run an offense or a team, a group of guys. It's just repetition. It's just muscle memory eventually. Okay? So let's go ahead now. Let's run pistol all the way through. So we're going to come down here again. You're going to get here. You're going to turn the corner like you're trying to get a layup. And then you stop on a dime because you know when the race starts, the defense doesn't. And you get open here. We button hook. All right? And let's say he's open. You get him. Now, he can be open, and this is going to kind of be like this. You're going to get open, take a drive. Nope, I don't got it. As soon as you don't got it, you got that back dribble again. 5-man, you're going to set a drift right away. Now, they would call this a flare. I'm calling it a drift. I don't want you to flare off. I want you to kind of, up here like this. And what happens is your defender is down here helping on this drive, so it's kind of like a screen-to-screener situation. Boom, now I've got you off the drift. Now, the only thing different is this. We got 2 guys over here instead of 1. Okay, and once you see this enough, this pattern starts to happen, what the pistol guys do, the NBA guys do, is they'll come down here and they'll screen like this. And then they will use it. They're coming right off of this, and they're going to hit him for a shot right. They're going to come in here, boom, hit him for a shot off the elbow. And that's exactly what they do. That's the first thing they look for. So let's run all the way that through. Let's hit the drift. Let's catch the drift. You can take one dribble if you need it. If not, just boom, just hit them off of that and score. I'm trying to run it the way that they run it. Good? Good. And it's kind of like, if you're trying to score quick, this down screen, and actually because what do we do? If you run Princeton, what is the other coach yelling 90% of the time? Watch the cut, back cut, back cut, back cut. They're going to back cut. And now 4 minutes into the game, you're down 8, and now you're setting this screen. Oh, it's like a point over screen. It's exactly what it looks like. Oh, and then all of a sudden, oh, they use it. And they're trying to guard the back door, and you get a wide open shot. So it's like completely different from your Princeton. Okay, it's like manufacturing a shot. And by the way, if who's coming off the drift? If this guy put your best shooter on this side, if he's the one that hands the button hook off, if you got your best shooter off the drift, boom. You just like a shortcut. You didn't do all the chin, shuffle cut, all that slow stuff, and boom, you got your best shooter off that. Shoot that right away. If you don't have that, boom, you got this. Now here's something else. So now go set that down. Okay, now what I want you to tight curl it. So go back off of it. I want you to curl off it real tight. So when I talk about curl, it's like this. Plant. It's like plant. I'm sorry. It's like a plant. It's like you're back cutting on the back side of them. Instead of running around them, plant. Yes, I like it. Yep, like that. So now I've got off the drift, and they go ahead and set that screen. Plant. I've got that one. Boom, I got that one. Shot. Now, if you don't have this one, turn around and post up. You're 6'2". All right, score. Get fouled. All right, whatever. If you teach your guys to score in the post, here's a way that you can guys get them because what we do is we run point opposite. We backdoor, get in the post. Get in the post here, boom. Start sliding in the middle. Boom, get here. Shot fake, boom. Get one, and get fouled. Get to the free throw line. Stop the clock. We got to score. It's 4 minutes left. We're down 10. Right? Okay? So sense of urgency. So, you guys got it? Do you guys play more up-tempo or do you guys slow it down? More up-tempo? The teams that beat you, why do they beat you? More athletic? Better up-tempo than you, right? 20 turnovers? Yeah. Yeah. So not knowing how you guys enter your offense, a lot of this check stuff, a lot of this forwards out opposite stuff, a lot of this one-time, two-time stuff. If you're trying to force it down low post, if you're trying to force it to the top of the key, and those are the ones that you're turning it over, then it's like catch it here, rip it, boom, one time, boom, in the chin, 2 times. Take those opportunities where the defense is turning you over and use that, because those athletic teams, they want to deny, they want to pressure. I love it when they deny us. I love playing against teams that do that, right? Now, it comes down to if they're big and athletic but also stronger than you, you have to find a way to play strong. Sometimes they just bump you off your line, and you guys got to learn how to play strong. Sometimes it just is what it is, okay? All right, here we go. So let's do this. So let's button hook, come off the drift. Now let's see here. All right, fancy me a little bit here. So I want to do this on the other side of the court. Okay, so let's call, how would I want to do this? I've never done this. I want to call a check. So I'm going to check it with you. Check and clear. All right, or check. If we know we're in pistol, you guys obviously know it's completely different than anything you run, right? So if I say check, usually it's a guard switching spots. You call circle. Hey, circle, two. Or circle, and you're getting out 2. All right, and now you're here, and now you cut down, you button hook on this side. Hit here, boom, hit here, and now you cut as hard as you can, and maybe your defender takes you out and you try to score on this side. You can't score, boom, you got the back dribble here, you got the ball screen, or I'm sorry, you got the drift screen on this side, right? Boom, you got the drift screen here, the down screen, and either, again, I don't care, curl it, use it for an elbow shot, curl it, and then you can hit the curl for a layup. You can hit the screener popping, or you can, if you want to, just come up, chop your feet, and go back door. All right, here we go. I don't care what you guys do with this other stuff, but go ahead and do that. All right, here we go. Good. Yeah, do that again. Do that exact same thing, except that hit them curling, but you don't have the layup, kick it out to the corner. And then I want you to make the extra pass. All right, yep. Ball's coming to you. I want you to throw it up here to him, right? At the very end. There you go. Good. One more. Good. One more. Good. I earmarked like an hour and a half for all of that. And you see how much time it takes me to put in Princeton. And here I am. It's like, you know, that's why I picked dribble drive. It's easy. All right, Euro, it's easy. Pistol, it's easy. Okay? I'm going to do the triangle now because I have time. But it's like the triangle offense is like the Princeton offense. All right? Before Princeton got popular, when Tex Winter came in with the Bulls and they put in the triangle offense, it was that was the most complicated offense ever. And when Phil Jackson was with the Knicks and he tried to hire Steve Kerr was like, no, I don't want to coach this. I want to coach these guys. And then who they bring in, Derek Fisher, whoever, to try to run the triangle. It's like you kind of have to, like at that level, you kind of have to be that guy to say, hey, this is what we're going to do. But the triangle offense in Princeton are very similar. But the difference I feel is that with the triangle offense, I feel like it puts your players in more of an isolation to go make a play. It uses the same kind of pressure releases and optional phasing and structured motion that Princeton does, but it doesn't utilize the back cut like Princeton. So the back cut's going to manufacture shots and the drift's going to manufacture shots, whereas triangle is going to be more of getting you in isolation position. Just imagine Jordan, posting up, coming side to side, block to block, or coming off of a triple screen, or coming up to the pinch post, reverse pivoting and playing one-on-one. It's like you see it a million times. I mean, if you guys go watch Kobe, maybe not Jordan, but same offense. Okay, so let me see if I can do the triangle offense in 10 minutes. Imagine me trying to do the Princeton offense in 10 minutes. I could probably do it, but the triangle I think is easier than Princeton. So again, coming back to the low post. And again, the one difference between the triangle offense and Princeton is instead of the low post, they go mid post. So he's coming here. Actually, I want you on that side. Okay, I want you over here on this wing. All right, now, I want you up here on the wing, and I want you down here in this spot. So traditional triangle offense. So the reason I started teaching the triangle offense, because a lot of teams will say, Coach, what do we do when we have two bigs? I was like, well, do you start two bigs? They're like, no, one comes off the bench. Sometimes we run them together, sometimes we don't. So it's like, well, I kind of felt like, well, if you have your Princeton offense package, you could run that, and then you could have your triangle package where you can run your two bigs together. And we'll just simplify the triangle offense to where both these guys can be on the court at the same time. So to kind of walk through what the triangle offense is they call this the top. I still call it the point. What we call the wing or the forward spot, they call it the trigger spot. You're actually going to come up even higher than this. All right, your mid post, your short post. Okay, so you're not in the post, but you're kind of where that's the short corner. This is the short post. It's my way of thinking about it. And you're on the opposite wing. All right, they always enter with the wing. All right, and the difference, and Pete Carrill said this, the only difference between triangle and Princeton is Princeton, we go that way, and triangle, they go that way. Now, we go this way in Princeton, too. What we call low corners. Some coaches call jungle. I call it low corners because I try to call it what it is. But you see they formed a triangle. All right, now, you're going to fill the top of the key. And I would say if I'm running Princeton a triangle, I say you're going to fill the point, just so we keep terminology the same. All right, so we got triangle here with you three guys. Got triangle here with you three guys. All right, and you are maybe a step up. You're kind of like, so see how he's in the mid post? You're just kind of like there, but just like a step away from the lane line. And that hopefully takes your defender maybe from, I mean, they're probably going to stick in here, but maybe they're kind of over here. If you're right there, it's easy for me to guard both of you, okay? Now, like Princeton, if we throw to the wing, we're running low post. If we throw the guard to guard, we're probably running chin, right? If we wave them through, we're going to hit the 5, we're going to run point, okay? Triangle, you think of triangle offense the same way. All right, if we throw it to the low post, we're running low post, okay? But what they do is they're going to screen the corner, all right? And now they're going to screen out here where the defender is. Now, up to you whatever you guys want to do here. What most triangle teams do is they screen and they slip. That's why they put the 5-man in the mid post, so that they empty the baseline up for this slip, okay? So if you're running your Princeton and it's back cut, back cut, back cut, and then, hey, we're putting our triangle line up in, and now it's a screen, a slip. It's like a different action they haven't seen before. Or you can back cut this, you can curl this, you can slip this. You can use it, you can do whatever you want. But they use it and slip. Let's just use it and slip, and you're going to go. If you get it, you get it. If you don't, you go out completely the other way. All right? This, by the way, is pretty much the exact same motion. You guys ever see the one where Jordan dunks on Mutombo and shakes the finger at him? You guys don't know who Jordan is, do you? All right, so once we do that action, you're basically going to down screen for him to the opposite wing. All right, and you're going to hit him for a shot here. And if you don't have a shot, the run this has a continuity. Swing it here. If you have a shot, you have a shot. Find your scoring action where you find them. Hit this wing, overload that corner. Now you're mid post and you're short. That's kind of cool. We'll talk about that later. Okay, triangle first, then Princeton. All right, now you're, instead of in the post, you're short. Yep, and you're on the wing. Yep. All right, and you overload the corner. You hit the wing, instead of cutting away like low post, you overload the corner, and now we got a triangle here. Now you fill the top. So we got our one triangle. You guys are really, you got to be right, now you're in the post. You're right on the line. And you want to be up here. So above the foul line extended. So you got your triangle here, you got your triangle there. Okay? All right, so that's the low post option. The next option is the corner option. So if we're on triangle, corner, corner, throw it to the corner. And a lot of coaches are like, I don't like throwing it to the corner. It actually kind of works out this way because the first thing they're going to do is they're going to back screen. And when you're coming off of this back screen, X5s, we're always worried about the trap in the corner. But they negate that with this screen. They set the screen, and I come down here like this to help on the back screen because that's what good defenses do. You're going to clear out the opposite side. Now you're going to go ball screen. So we get this ball screen without a hedge. Okay, you got to come off that before I get there. Okay, and now off this ball screen, you got a ball screen and roll, two-man game. You guys can play and try to score here. Okay, that's if you got players that can play, let them go play there. All right, if you can't score there, reverse it to the top. You're down screening him up to the wing, to the trigger spot. Boom, overload the corner, triangle, fill the top of the key. Okay, this is not how the Bulls ran this over and over again. They disguise it a million ways, but the actions are very similar, okay? So we've hit the low post, we've hit the corner. Now we're going to hit the top. What they call the top, we're going to hit the point. So snap it to the point. All right, and what they will do is you're going to actually come up here and set a flare. So you're going to come set a back screen for this guard. And you're basically going to, now you're going to flare. So this is a flare compared to what we used to call as a drift. So you have him up there, all right? Or sometimes the screener popping is one. You got the skip for the flare, you got this one, or the top option, this is what we would do most of the time. We kind of run that as a little bit of a decoy, is we're going to pinch with this one. This is the famous pinch post. So now we're going to drop it down here, and it's kind of like a button hook. You're coming over the top of it. Boom, you can get it here, and you can two-man game and play like this. If you get low enough, kick to the corner, make the extra pass. You can do all of that. If I throw it to you, I might not be open. Maybe this is a good one-on-one player. If this is Jordan, I'm coming over the top, boom. I bounce out to the corner, reverse pivot and play. All right, now, yeah, I liked how you did it. Pivot, you're right-handed. Pivot on your left foot. Okay, I'll come back to this again, but it's like, boom, now I'm going to rip and play. When I was an assistant coach at Newark Catholic, we had 6'7" here. A 6'7" guy that put his elbow through the rim. I mean, he was just, just rip it through and we would just let him play. And he would rip it through and he would just drive and go play. If they cut this off, we teach him how to spin. And he was so athletic and he would just go play. But this is where I'd say with triangle is like if you don't have a playmaker in this position, if you don't have a kid that can go one-on-one from here, that's when I don't like it. But if you have a player that can, I like it. Or if you have two big guys that are bruisers, you throw this pinch post. The other thing I like, who was I? Who was I playing? Was I you? Yeah, come over here with me. Now you go to that corner. I'm you now. All right? So come up here with me. You're down in that corner. So now what happens, if I reverse pivot this way now, if you've got two bigs, for teams that got the two bigs like this, you can play high-low games all day. Or maybe I'm like this and you just duck in. So you step in and when you duck in, it's like this. So you're on defense. When you duck in, it's like this. It's like here. And then boom, it's like this, get an angle, and then you drop step. So you can duck in like that. On any time you run a pinch post, it's kind of like you're pinching over here. You can hand off, reverse pivot, play one-on-one. You can duck in on the weak side. If you don't have it, you can skip it there. And if you skip it there and throw it down there, if you have maybe your guards in this spot, you can kick it there, or you're in, right? Go and kick it there. Let's go ahead and cut. Go ahead and cut. Boom, I could pop here, and you can run low post. You actually don't cut and just go out that way. And if that was the option, you could actually get right back in your Princeton that way. I'm not really kind of showing you how to get back into Princeton on purpose, but that's kind of one way that you could do it. Okay? All right, the last way, let's go back over here. So you got the ball, go back up top. You went down to the corner. You reverse pivot. All right, two-man game, rip it through, drive it this way. You could do dribble drive here. Okay, you got this looping action, but let's stay triangle right now. Let's go dribble handoff with him. Dribble handoff with him. Yep. And yeah, when you hand it off, no, he's got to stay on this side. But yeah, that's I didn't see how that happened. So let's just have you drop down there and you stay on this side. Or I'm sorry. Yeah, you're already on that side, so you're good. So you stay on the top here. All right, so you guys ball screen and roll. You guys play. You don't have anything like this. It's going to come off this ball screen and roll. It's going to be here. It's going to be reverse it to you. That's what it's going to be. So pop up, reverse it, overload, your triangle again. So that's how that worked. Guard come up top, and then you're back in your normal position. The fourth way, the fourth option is, and again, kind of same thought process as Princeton. If he's open, I hit him. Number one option. If he's not open, that's my next read. If that one's not open, I got this one. If that one's not, they can't deny everybody, all right? So you come up, and we'll pinch it with you right away. And this is the one. If they're denying this one, this is like our Princeton flash. We flash, I'm going to drop here, boom, go back door. And you guys are basically doing the same action that you're doing, it's just a little closer to me this time. Okay? You guys got that? Okay? All right. What's that? Yeah, let's just run through them all one time. All right, so let's go low post. You're going to screen the corner, use it, and slip. Get a layup. Good. Nice. Okay, here we go. Second one, throw it to the corner. 5-man's going to back screen and then ball screen. All right, and the guy who's back screen gets out the other side. Here we go. Back screen. Boom. Yep. Ball screen. Reverse it. Shot. There you go. And I would say on that ball screen, most of the time you throw it to the corner, your defender's going to jump. Your defender's guarding going to jump to the ball, so it's going to be easiest for you to go behind on that back screen instead of if you try to come this way. I'm just going to ride you the whole way. Screen's useless. X5 doesn't have to help. Okay. Throw it to the top. Get a flare on this side, pinch it on the opposite. So guys, if learning something new, if you guys picked it up, if you know what you're doing and maybe someone doesn't, call for the ball. Say, here, pinch. You know what I mean? Okay, here we go. What's that? Pinch. I tell you, hit the flare the first time. Oh, good. Good. Okay, go again. Now this time hit the pinch. There you go. All right, now so we hit the top, we pinched it. Now let's hit the pinch straight up. Now, is that what we're on? No, what I'm saying is now he's not open, so let's hit him pinching right away. Pinch from the wing instead of the top. Yep, so basically I'll guard you, we'll figure it out so you guys can see it. Sometimes when you don't have a defense on them, they don't see it right away. Okay, here we go. I'm guarding you. All right. Yep. Okay. Got it? Now here's the thing is you can go either side. You can bring it down in the middle, go this side, run it all over here as well. Okay? So transitioning into Princeton, kind of like we did find that one little spot. I don't have anything like set up, so let's go and throw it here. Let's run the triangle. Fill the top of the key. Let's go ahead and let's snap it up here. And this is actually something, this is one of the ideas I was thinking of. And if you want to go triangle into Princeton, something you could do is you could you're here, but we're not going to pinch it on this side. As long as your 5-man comes straight up. I don't like that. I don't like that because let's do this again. Start back over. Start back over. Snap it to the top. Let's go ahead and pinch it here. Go over the top like you're going to button hook. All right, you guys are filling up. Okay, and now on this one, let's say, as you're filling up, let's do it this way. If you don't have this pinch, or if you don't want to reverse pivot, if you don't have the player that can play one-on-one here, but maybe you got 2 bigs in here, I can snap it here. Now you flash to the high post, and now go point over the top. All right, and ISO like that. And then if you have 2 bigs, I would like the elevator version of point over the top, where if you don't get it, if you don't get the back cut, come off this elevator, and I got a a big setting, this one. All right, boom. And then it's a reverse over here, slide up. And then it's a UCLA. And then it's a pop. Yep, and then you're going to be here. I don't know if I've done this with you guys yet. And then you're out here. And then when he pops out, boom, you're coming straight in like this. You don't even have to set, the beauty about this weak side flare, they don't even have to set up the weak side flare. Because your defender's here. When you just step in and screen me, and you just go. You just backpedal and go. All right, and if I'm chasing them over the top, you pinch and go back door. Okay, so let's try that one time. So this would be triangle. Let's run the top option. Let's pinch post it. But again, the pinch post is kind of like a button hook. All right, and you're going to, don't have them. You're going to snap it to the point. We're going to play point, screen over the top on the other side. All right, here we go. Good. Quick. There you go. No, hold on. The way that would actually work is, and you need to screen lower. Ball back over here. Ball back over here. You're going to screen him back door. You're going to hit him. All right, so you go back door off the elevator. Come here and guard me. Come here or come in with me. All right, now you come ball screen. It's always a ball screen roll off the point. Ball screen roll. We don't have it. Boom. Hit here. Lift, higher. Your foul line extender higher. Yep, now you're off that one. Now you're basically your momentum. No, stay, wait. Okay, off the UCLA. I'm relaxed on the pop. Boom, now. Now you come in. And your screen is actually going to be, so there's no defender there, so he's trying to find where to screen. You're going to be screening right here. Okay? All right, all the way through. Here we go. Good. Boom. There you go. Nice. You guys like it? Okay. You guys have any questions? I can't believe I got through all that fast. Out of all of the Princeton stuff we've been doing over and over again, this is the one I'm gaining, I'm like picking up time. So I think you guys like that? Is there any one of those, just to get feedback, is there any one of those that you were like, I want to add that to my offense? Out of all the hybrid stuff. Just pick one. You can't run more than one, just one. The button hook or the dribble drive? Dribble drive, yeah. 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 Mm-hmm. Yeah. 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 Mm-hmm. Yeah. Let me, while I have these guys here, let me, you guys mind if I do some skill work with you guys? Grab one more basketball. I got 15 minutes, so let's do some skill work with these guys before I get these guys on the floor. We haven't done any shooting yet. And it's always kind of like, I focus so much on layups because I'm like, the ball handling and layups, because we want, if you have an opportunity to make a layup, you can't miss those. And we do so much to get to the basket, whether it's on a backdoor layup, whether it's our guards in the post trying to score in a layup. But we want to make sure that we're also working on shooting. And it's probably a good time. It's like when you teach the offense, when you're actually instructing on how to run the offense and how to learn the offense, you do it 5-on-0, 5-on-5 in progressions. We're going to do that tomorrow. We're going to take I can't remember if it's this group or this group. I can't remember. Or maybe is it this group tomorrow? So I think we're going to have both at the same time. So actually, it might go pretty smooth because these guys run a lot. But I'm going to show you how we install it. For coaches who still want to rep this 3-on-0, 4-on-0, turning it into drills, my recommendation is in the skill session part of practice. We break our practice down into 4 quarters. The first quarter is skills. Second quarter is offense. Third quarter is defense. Fourth quarter is our full court special situation, all of that stuff. And we do what we call repetition stacking. So what you see in the skill session part of practice, they'll see again in the offensive part of practice. And then when we go to that very last quarter, we'll do like a 5-on-5 rebounding into transition. Then we get into our offense again. So it's all, then they're doing the same thing 3 and 4 times all the way through practice. The one thing I would say, like for defensive coaches, if you feel like defense is more like an emphasis thing, the one thing I'll do to switch it up is we'll start our practice, we'll do defense first. We'll do defense in the first quarter while they're fresh. And sometimes you do all the skill work, all the offensive stuff, which they love. That's what they like the most. Then you go to defense, they feel a little fried. That's when practice starts to lull a bit. Sometimes they're like, all right, we're doing defense first. Get the effort, attitude stuff out of the way while they're fresh, and then we'll go into our skill work, then our offense, and then our full court stuff, which we're doing defense in the full court stuff as well. So sometimes I'll make that adjustment. But when I say turn your off, when you want to drill certain aspects of your offense, turn it into a shooting drill. So one of the first ways, give me a 5-minute, give me my 2 bigs right here on the elbow and on the elbow. Actually, give me everyone else one line up here. I feel like we're going to need one more basketball. I just got a third one. So this is one of my favorites. We call this point shooting. So you're working on the point series, you're working on point screen away shooting, point over the top shooting. And basically, so everything's important. So the pass, everything's got to be exactly game-like. So it's like you're coming up the floor and you're running point. If you're on this side, it's going to be a drop it down like that and go screen away, or it's going to be up over the top like that. But it's like when they're making that pass, in the middle of me making this pass, I'm already going the other way. So it's like if you watch the Princeton teams, where they're so quick, they're so smooth, it's like here, it's like boom, and then you're going to chop your feet, reverse pivot, straight up the lane line, pull up, and you're going to shoot that 3. Okay, and then the next guy's going to go to the other side. They're going to drop it down over here, point, screen away, screen away, screen away, and it's like you just kind of dummy it up. You just kind of you're there, but this is like where the defender would be as well. So boom, screen, pop back, shoot the 3. All right, hey, you guys got it? All right, here we go. Screen, pop, good, shoot the 3, good. Good. Go, good, good, good. Okay, hold up. And I was such a big stickler. Come back up here. I was always a big stickler. I always wanted my guys to chop their feet a lot, but also when they're doing this, watch them go one speed. So sometimes it's something, again, I'm just trying to emphasize more and more, is you can get it here and go as hard as you can, boom, as hard as you can, and pop back, you can screen that way. But also it's like I'm starting to go back and watch this old film, this Air Force film, and I watch these guys play. Some guys screen like that all the time, and then some guys, they'll drop this pass down, they'll cut really hard, and then they'll slow down. Come on, come on, come on. And then boom, they're hard again. Okay, and they're changing their speed. And when you change the speed like that individually, when you're setting it, you slow down the offense. And then boom, once you catch it, you're going hard again. So now let's do this. Let's drop it down, go hard to screen, but then slow down, boom, and then pop hard, slow down. And now what's happening, guys, you're getting a ball screen. And what I want to do, instead of using the ball screen, I want to drive against it. So I want to rip it through, and let's just do 1 dribble pull-ups right now. Rip it through and 1 dribble pull-up. Okay? So this is what we call drive against and point screen away. Good, pop. Good, that's it, yep. You're going to drive right on this side. Boom, pop. Good. Good. If you want to shoot a layup, shoot a layup. If you want to pull up for a jumper, pull up for a jumper. But this is where we're going to drive against the screen and point screen away. Nice. Good. Rip it through, rip it through. Good. How you hold up. All right, now, let's go point over the top. My guys hated this one because they had to run further. That's why some guys like point screen away because they don't have to run as far. But now guys are going to drop it down and you're going to keep going. We're going to screen over the top. Chop your feet. Let's get down here below the block. Reverse pivot. All right, hit this one. All right, pull for this 3. Okay? So we're going to pull for this 3 first. And then when I say drive against it, then we're going to rip it through. We're going to drive baseline. These are all layups. These are all layups. And if you're in a baseline drive like this, you're not going to have a lefty on the left side because you'll be under the rim. But you can get a righty here. You can get a lefty reverse. You can get a righty reverse. Okay, those are the layups. All right, here we go. Yep, over the top. There you go. Good. Good. Next up, here we go. You guys can move your lines a little bit quicker here. Next guy, go. Good. Go hard, create separation. Good. Hold up. No, when I was a head coach, I was between, it's hard when I was 25, so between 25 and 30 years old when I was a head coach. And I made my guys sprint as hard as they could every time. And again, that was just me thinking, we say, because they'll say, okay, cut as hard as you possibly can every time. Screen as hard as you can every single time. Now, with the cutting, I still want them to cut as hard as they can. When they're cutting to score, hard as they possibly can every time. But what I really want you guys to focus on here and think about is I want you to think about creating separation and then changing your speed. Because we want the defense to also relent. We don't want the defense to go one speed with you and time you up. Because if they're quicker than you, advantage them. But if we can make them go hard, if we can make them slow down, then when we go hard again, they're chasing you. They're reacting. So I want you to create separation up here. So I want you guys to go 100%, 0 to 60. You make this pass, it's boom, hard as you can. And then once you create that separation, you can slow down a little bit. Come on, boom. And then boom, hard as you can. Out. So once you screen, it's as hard as you can to get out here. Because that's when you create separation, because now you're trying to score. Okay? And now what's going to happen, say, once you get out here and you've created that separation, that's going to make them come at you harder. Now they're going to come close out at you harder, boom. Now let's reverse this drive against the screen and go get a layup. Okay? So as hard as you can, create separation up here. You can slow down when you screen, but then when you pop back, it's hard again. And then when you catch it, it's slow down, look at the rim, boom, and then it's hard again. Okay, guys, got it? Change your speed. Layups, yep. And this isn't just them changing their speed one-on-one, but it changes the speed of the whole offense. Not only does his defenders stand, but all of the other defenders. The coach will say, I hate standing. You know, we don't want you to stand. I love standing in my offense. Because if you stand, the defense stands. But sometimes it doesn't have to be a technical. It's just be like a, boom. It's just catch it, slow, boom, and then hard again. When you guys catch it at the three-point line, breathe. Breathe. Slow down. Let me be. All right, ready? Here we go. Come on. Here you go. Wait for the ball screen, then go. Wait for the ball screen, then go. Here you go. Next up. Boom. Slow down. Wait for the ball screen. There you go. Wait for the ball screen. Look at the ball screen. Look at him. There you go. Boom. There you go. Good. It's like they're waiting for that ball screen to come. Sometimes we'll tell them, just exaggerate. They're here. It'll be like, I'll catch it, and I'll be like, I'll open up completely weird like this. Just catch it, just like open up in like a bad stance. And the defender's like, what are you doing? I'm going to come at you. And then you just rip it through and just drive against it. Okay, good. Hold up. And just, we always did chin drills. So I would usually put a chair here. So give me a line, and a line. All right, you guys got a ball on balls in that line only? Just these 3 lines. Line, line, line. Again, give me one ball. Solid disclaimer, okay? Do not teach the offense this way. Just teach the scoring actions this way. And do this in the skill work part of practice so that they know they're working on their skills. They're not learning in the offense. When we would do these chin drills, 3-on-0, 3 like this, just to get shots with the coach as a second ball, it's like sometimes they would actually spend more time trying to figure out how to rotate than just, I mean, they're actually they're spending more energy trying to figure out how to rotate and communicate and complaining about rotation than they are actually coming off the shuffle the right way, coming off the drift the right way. So I don't care how you rotate. I don't care if you run the same spot 3 times in a row. Just keep at least 2 guys in each line, okay? And then if you have to fill one line twice, fill one line twice, then go to another. I don't care how you rotate. I just want to make sure that when you make this 2-pass reversal, go make this 2-pass reversal, that you are not, just don't go right away. You guys haven't done layups with me yet. So it's a pass, it's a pass, it's a hezzy, boom, and then it's a cut. Right? And it's a straight line from here to here. Okay. Now you can hit him early or late. So you can either, as soon as you catch it, you're going to rip it low because it's going to be an overhead pass for chin. Okay, so you rip it low to get the defender's hands down. This overhead pass. You're either going to hit me early here, 2 feet up, or you're going to hit me late here. Coaches know why. Boom, off 2 feet up. All right. Okay, so you hezzy, then you cut. All right, once you make that pass, this is chin, so your footwork is this. You're going to plant, and then you're going to reverse pivot, and you're going to get the drift. You're going to hit the shuffle. I'm going to hit the drift. Okay? All right, ready? Here we go. I'm just going to stand in front of you, so you have to pass over top of me. Good. Okay? Shot the 3, back to me, back to me, back to me. All right, here we go. Good. I need 1. Thank you. You guys put names on passes, all that stuff. Call for the ball, call shot, call for the ball, put name on it. Now, bring your guy all the way down here. You're not going to get open if you don't come all the way down here. Yep. Now, stop. I also want to make sure you back up. See, they're going to start cheating a little bit. Make sure you start up here every single time. If you have to put X's on the ground, put X's on the ground. Here we go. Yep. Pass, rip it low. So every time you catch it here, you have to fix this stuff. There's no defense on them. So they'll start throwing passes like this. They'll start throwing passes like that. You can't do that. Catch it here, rip it low, over the top. Okay? Here we go. Got it? Good. Here, lay up to me, lay up to me, lay up to me. Here we go. Set him up. Good. One more. One more. Finish on a make. Finish on a make. Got one. Gotcha. Boom. Okay. All right. We're good. All right. Thanks, guys. Thanks a lot. Come on. You guys come over here and have a seat. So just real quick before I get the coaches, I don't know if you guys have any questions. You guys are probably like 2 hours to go. Almost done. All right. So you guys have been running this for a while. What did you guys think?
It was like something new for everything. We're kind of like very plain.
Yeah.
Kind of added.
Yeah. And again, the idea of what we're doing here is showing everything, like for us, for the coaches, we geek out on this stuff. For us, it's like, there's a different way we can do it. Because sometimes vanilla works. If you just run the stuff the way we taught yesterday, the core stuff, it works. You get really good. If you just run chin and only run it that one way, it works. But then as your players get better, start learning, say, okay, now we can add this layer. Now we can add this layer. Now we can add this element. We can pull this in from over here. Our players are really, through repetition and emphasis alone, our IQ is climbing year after year after year. And then you get that, what's Coach Pop's San Antonio, they got that corporate knowledge of once you've been running the same system year after year, your players have this corporate knowledge. You know, now we got our middle school running. Now we're teaching chin to our 5th and 6th graders. And by the time they're freshmen, they know the points. You know, they know how to screen. They know how to do all this stuff. So they have this. And then this is the thing about program building. This is what I was trying to do when I was a head coach. And, you know, everyone gets let go for one reason or another. Coaches don't coach 20 years anymore like they used to at one spot. But the idea is your players are going to take you as far as they possibly can. Changing your strategy up, it's just trying to give them just a little edge. Just a little edge. All right, so, you know, if you're running Princeton to try to compete with better teams, it's just a contrasting style. It's going to help elevate you guys. If you guys are here, if this is your ceiling, Princeton's going to get you to here. Okay? But what I like, instead of changing offenses every year as your personnel changes, I would just rather adjust the Princeton to the players we have so that we can still use that strategy. And then what happens is you're competitive every year. If you have a 20-game season, you win 10 games, you win 12 games. You win 14 games every year, 14 games every year. And then you have this 8th grader come in and become a freshman, and they grow 6 inches. Or then you have that one special kid come in, and you put them in a group. You're the San Antonio Spurs, and they draft that Wemby kid. All right? They've got a team that can be competitive. They started off like 6-0 in the season. They're going to be really good next year. Now you got this special kid that comes in with a group of kids that are really solid, fundamental, competitive already, and then you got this other kid. Your team as it is can get you here. Your ceiling's here. Your ceiling is what it is, guys. And then we're trying to get you to here. But then you have that one player that you can play through, and he gets you to here. All right, and that's when you can play at the highest levels. Okay, and sometimes it's hard for players to understand that, but that's for coaches. I've never thought about it that way until like the last couple of years. You know, for me, it was always like I want my freshmen practicing with my varsity, so I'll bring up my best JV players to practice. Like, so my top 7 guys are my varsity guys, and then I'll bring up my best 5 JV players. And essentially, what I'm doing is my starting 5 JV are competing. They're not playing against varsity teams, but they're competing against varsity guys every day in my system. And then when they go back down and play against JV guys, like, well, this is cake. My JV teams were always sometimes even better than my varsity teams because they're just used to playing against better competition. And then what happens is you've got those kids that come through. And my philosophy then was those JV kids are going to have experience. Whether they're that special kid or not, they're going to have that experience to come in and keep us competitive. And then when you got that kid, they're like, oh, they're doing some good stuff over there. You got this transfer, or you got someone that moves into the school district, or you just got a kid that's been really good since he was in 3rd grade, and it's the kind of kid that can go out and get 25 points a game. He's just naturally talented. You luck into that naturally talented kid, best kid in the league, best kid in the state, whatever. That's the kid that takes you, but he's standing on the shoulders of the foundation you've built. He's standing on the shoulders of the foundation of what you've been doing year after year after year. So. I would love to watch. If you guys stream your games online, same thing with you guys. I'd like to watch you guys next year. If you guys stream your games online, just let me know how to watch it. So I'd love to see what you guys do. All right, so appreciate it. You guys are good and out of here. Let's take about 10 minutes here, take a quick break, and then we're on the final home stretch. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Yep. I don't care. Let's do the fist bump thing. It's quicker. All right, guys. Pause. Pause it. Can you pause that one for me? You guys have any questions online? Oh, it's like day 1 is always so sluggish and awkward, and I feel like we're really kind of catching a rhythm here. Hopefully, guys online, you guys getting a lot here. Hopefully, you guys are getting a lot out of this as well. And again, for everyone online, I'm gonna